What the fuck? All right. Now that we got through that fucking Jew holiday, we can make some real fucking money. Hey! All right.
Play action, fakes it for pass end zone. Yes, touchdown.
Hi, and welcome to Genos Picks, where after a nifty 3-1 week, Daddy is back in the black for the holidays with a 27-25 record after, despite the misinformation on Don Lemon Cunha's Tuesday show, was on the Patriots in Monday night's game. Of course, if you do watch the show, you know Daddy crashed it to defend his honor and brought this delicious whiskey that my old man drank and apparently is tied to some kind of cult or anything. And if you want to know how that appearance went, be sure to check out the tax Reddit thread that I am forever grateful for stumbling upon. We don't watch it, they're watching this. When I was given the option to post my Genos Picks vids there from YouTube, it gives you all the options. Like Reddit, I'll go in there, and then it suggests the tax thread, and then I go in there, and I'm like, and I read the comments the next day, and oh my God, I'm addicted to them. So then I go to the other ones. At any rate, you can be sure to catch this in there or on any of the threads, but it will be in the Reddit thread, okay? Because I want to remind all of those sad people that nobody cares about their opinions. I mean, can any of you guys in the booth or in what's the other place I'm looking, reality, think of a single time in history or even imagine a situation in the future where people say, hey, I know our ratings are in the basement, so what better place to go for advice than people that live in their mother's basement? I know I spend, and you can check this, my days drinking with friends and fucking hot, insane women half my age. But let's get the perspective of people that have never done that. And how do I know that they haven't? Because if they have, they wouldn't be on Reddit. They wouldn't be there. Anyway, let's get to Genos Picks, where hopefully you'll see me doing the same thing I do when I'm not living my life on Reddit, avoiding fucking losers. See what we did? Let's get to the picks. The Raiders are getting 9 from the Chiefs in KC. Not sure if I'm going with my heart here, but I just like the Raiders more in this game. Or maybe I like them more because of the fact that the league loves fawning all over the Chiefs and lovable Patrick Mahomes while constantly villainizing the Raiders. But I'm sure even you guys will agree. I have no problems. I love Pat Mahomes as much as I love the bad boy image of the Raiders. What angers me is the fact that while we get rid of the Guardians and it's the Washington football team, thousands of KC fans can scream the word Chiefs 6 months out of the year, but if one Raiders head coach says the word faggot once in a handful of emails, he's out. Especially when he's calling a straight white NFL commissioner and not, unlike many people have come to believe, Michael Sam the faggot. He simply called Michael Sam a queer. In any case, that set the Raiders back several weeks, and they've gone from a team that was angered by the move to a team that has their knickers in a... Oh, wait. They've gone from a team that was angered by the move to a happy team. Or, as the coach would say, from a team that has their knickers in a bunch to a happy bunch of, well, I don't want to steal his joke. But I will say this, these knickers in the booth are loving the Raiders getting all those points. Filthy knickers. Are loving the Raiders getting all those points, as even though the Chiefs covered in last week's game, they were going against the Broncos and a limping Teddy Bridgewater who was battling with a wounded knee. See what I did there? Take the Raiders in this one, and the 9 they're getting from Vegas, in Vegas. I mean, it's in KC. It's really not good. Seagram 7 is really... Oh, Drew, come drink some of this. All right. My next pick. The Lions are getting 9 from the Broncos in Denver. Drew, who do you like in that one?
I like the Broncos.
Turns out...
The Broncos.
That's not who you took in your spread pool.
Oh.
Say this, though, Drew. I love you, buddy. I guess Vegas is expecting a letdown from the Lions after they won their first game of the season over the Vikings last week, 4 seconds before the final buzzer, and we had to do it one more time. And about 8 seconds after Matt Mead texted me, thank God I have the Vikings money line. That's the funniest thing But I will tell you what I am expecting from the Lions. consistency. Because while they became the last team to win an NFL game last week with that 29-27 win over the Vikes, which Daddy was on, this is a team that after starting out 0-8, in which they were outscored 244 to 134, that's SPELLING math, for an average loss of 13.7 points a game over their last 4 games, Garrett. This is a Lion team that has gone 1-2-1 while barely being outscored 72 to 69. That's less than a single point. And while they still may be the worst team in the NFL, they're not the worst team in the USA. That would be the fucking Democrats who don't have a single win in their past 4 battles with the courts over the vaccine mandate. Hey, let me take a break from shitting on Biden, not because he's gone so far as to do that himself. He shit his fucking pants. He's better than Orange Man. Suck a dick. Sit down, fucking Garrett. But let me do this because he has something. Our beloved President Biden has something in common with the Lions, who are a long cry from the team that opened the season allowing 2 more scores a game. They both have a short fucking memory. And unlike Biden, I don't see the Lions shitting the bed this week. He's going to shit himself again. Take the Lions, like Drew did in his pool, whether he knows it or not, and the 9 there, get it. The Bills are getting 3 and a hook from the Bucs in Tampa Bay, my third pick. Sure, the Bills have cooled off in the past 2 months as after shooting out to a 4-1 start have been under a 500 team since alternating wins and losses each week to fall to 7-5. So am I taking them in this game because after going LWLWLWL they're due for a W? No. Although when it comes to gambling, that's just as good a fucking reason, let's be honest. No. And it's not because in the course of 2 games they have gone 180 degrees from 3.5-point faves to 3.5-point dogs. It's because the temperature they played in these 2 games has swung the exact same fucking amount. The Gills bow from playing, keep it going, a Monday night game in which it was so cold and windy that Pats quarterback Mac Jones threw 3 passes all night. The last time fewer passes were made in a game was 1974 by a Bills QB, and the only other time fewer passes were made in a night were by the Elephant Man. It's not that funny, but it is to me. Needless to say, both were difficult to look at. Well, look for Josh Allen and the Bills to bounce back in the balmy Tampa afternoon. I had no problem saying that. Afternoon weather that will see temps hovering around the 90s, 90 delicious degrees, and put a nice chunk of money on the Bills. And channel the same inner voice in your head the Elephant Man always heard in there. There's no way they're going to fuck you. Take the Bills in 3.5 they're getting. Which brings me, did I pause long enough? Did I say shirt the bed? Which brings me to my double your money Monday night bet. Drew, come do one more shot. I can't get the boss drunk. I can. Which brings me to my double your money Monday night bet. The Cards are giving 2 and a hook to the Rams in the desert. Who do you think?
Denver Broncos.
Everyone in this studio is funnier than me, and I hate them. It's been a while. Oh, wait. So, yeah, the Cards giving 2.5 to the Rams in the desert. Look, it's been a while since we had one of these, but Jesus, Vegas, take my money. Garrett, does this one seem obvious to you, or am I stupid?
You're stupid.
Also, does it seem obvious to you?
Yes.
I mean, I get it. The Cards have only 1 loss, I wrote, but then I checked 2, so you can really have confidence that I know what I'm talking about. But you have to realize one of the losses came against Aaron Rodgers, who must be some sort of superhuman. What is it with this shit? Superhuman, as that was just 2 weeks before he was taken out with the worst pandemic of our lifetime. Incidentally, that is superhuman with one M, as opposed to anyone that is still listening to Dr. Fauci, as they have to be as retarded as the Twitter sensation, which you guys turned me on to, Superhuman, with 2 M's. Although even the latter wasn't stupid enough to get vaccinated. And last I checked, hopefully Joe can show this, he was jumping off a picnic table onto cactus plants and bricks. It is so funny.
This is a Superhuman TV show, and today I'm going to be jumping on to cactus and bricks. This is for juggalos and juggalettes. Do not try this at home, and I hope you like it. Whoop, whoop! Fuck this shit! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Sure, the Cards have stumbled since their 7-0 start, going 2-3, but that was the aforementioned Packers and a Cam Newton Aaron Berg, that they weren't ready for. But in case you've forgotten, the Rams haven't beaten a team, or maybe you didn't even know this, with a winning record, not only since Week 3 when they beat the Bucs, when you consider the Colts who they beat in Week 2 were 0-2 at the time, the Bucs are the only team with a winning record that the Rams and Matthew Stafford have beaten all season. And this team, in my opinion, has only gotten worse with the added distraction that is Odell Beckham Jr., who picked up where he left off on the last two teams he destroyed in NYC and CLE, saying he's a team player while he's constantly demanding the ball. Between Stafford still playing like he did on his former Detroit team and what OBJ is doing to every team he's ever been on, the two share one common factor. They'll both always be a lion. See, the colored guy lies, and the other guy... Take the Cards and lay the 2.5. Those are Geno's picks.